Welcome back to the Cinema Crew's point of view. And we are here with the usual crew, my girl Shelly Shell, to talk about Power, Book
Yo,
3, Episode 3. What's good, Michelle?
chilling, man. How you?
I'm good, man. On this Sunday, I'm about to Power with you. Then go watch House of the Dragon Episode 2, which will also be reviewed on the channel on Tuesday. But let's get into Power. Um, this week starts actually first scene is our boy Unique coming to take Juliana and rob the stash house for them, which is inside the bodega. And we don't know if he killed her or not at that point, but we do know he takes her and robs her. So what are you thinking? Unique, his play right here, and the whole thing with Juliana in the store. So,
I saw that coming. Honestly,
yeah.
I can't front. I saw that coming. Once this girl said that she saw Rock in that store, I knew he was going to plot to get himself in that store.
Right.
There was no way they was going to overturn or miss that opportunity to show him in that store where Rock's stash house is. Now, I like how they played it out with him taking her and taking
Mhm.
the money. So that was a really great opener.
Yeah, I think so too. And the next part, which could have been an opener too, was we see Kanan coming out the crib, and he get pulled up on by Detective Howard, and they ain't wasting no time. Howard put him in the car and let him know, look, this might sound crazy to you, but I'm your father. I know your mother gonna say that I sound crazy, but I am your father, and I want to be there for you. I thought you should know. And they came in, he kind of after that said, I gotta go. He couldn't handle it really, but how you felt about finally Howard telling Kanan he is dad?
I'm glad it happened in this episode. I can't front. So when we had the last discussion, I was like, when are they going to reveal it? And they hit him with it. Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your daddy.
I'm the pappy, yeah.
I'm the pappy.
Right.
So I'm glad that they revealed it in this episode. And it's funny how the way Kanan received the information in that scene, and then how it was further reiterated in the end, it came full circle for me. It came
Yeah.
full circle.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just texting E. And I feel the same way. I'm happy it happened so quick and that, Howard got it out there. But I also like how he said, look, man, I made some mistakes. I want to be there for you though. You know what I mean? And that, I don't know how it would have been if I'd have found out back in the day. I can't even promise I'd have been there then, but right now I do know and I want to be there for you. So I really think that even though he really wasn't he really didn't have amnesia, that near death experience did have a kind of effect on him, you know.
It did, and I think with him dropping names like DefCon
Yeah.
and whatnot, that really let Kanan settle in the fact that this nigga might be on to something.
Yeah. I almost feel like, because I was watching another show, I almost feel like the first season, he really did only want to use Kanan for the bone marrow. But now I feel like he really want to be in Kanan's life. What do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense because he sees the rock that the path that Rock has him on.
Right.
You know, him being a cop also plays into that because we already know at that time period it's only one path or the other. You either on the good path or you selling drugs, you're gonna get killed or get locked up. So by him having the tie to him being his dad and Kanan being his son, I feel like compared to first season, he really wants to insert himself to hopefully get Kanan on a good path because he sees the
Hmm.
destruction path that Rock has him on now.
Okay. Um. Next, speaking of Rock, we go to Rock, and she in Dirty Jersey, and she with our boy Marvin and a new dude named Damon. I think.
Damon, who
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
act.
Right. We can act for shit, but they in Jersey, and now she's trying to open up a third spot within a couple of days, a couple of weeks. So first she got Daisy down the 40s, now in Jersey, and for Damon to run. And Marvin, being the voice of reason, is like, listen, we're doing too much too quick. You don't think so? And of course, Rock exercises her power and say, nah, I want it all. I want to do this too. So how you feeling about that conversation between her and Marvin and what she doing right now?
Like we said last week, and E highlighted this too. She's moving way too fast. She's like conquer, conquer, conquer without really cementing herself in one location. And the thing about it is, like we know in any game, you move too fast, you move too loose. You know what I'm saying? So eventually there's going to be oversight where they can't handle it all. And we see that with Unique coming in and taking a stash. So if they don't re-up, in a certain amount of time, they're not going to have the money to re-up the merchandise to get it back on the streets. So she's not really taking into account all of what it takes to keep every single location in a stronghold.
And Marvin also said, "Yo, we don't know Jersey. We don't know the players out here." And she also said, "Well, we know the game." But he's right though. You don't know who already got those corners, those blocks. You can't just come in a whole other state at that. Like, all right, I'm gonna start running shit right now. So I kind of agree with Marvin a little bit.
Right.
Again, what's the reason?
Yeah, me
on
too.
on the situation. Next, we get your girl Juke doing a whole ballad.
I was tearing up. I'm like, girl was belting them notes out.
You know what's crazy? Like, I knew from last season she could sing a little bit too, but then she's also in the Aretha Franklin movie that Jennifer Hudson played Aretha Franklin in, and she played Aretha's sister, who's also her backup singer. They had her singing. I was like, oh, she really can sing. So I was like, she looked super different, obviously, but I was like, yo, this girl, she's tearing notes up. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then we get a conversation. Crown saying, look, you could write, you got the lyrics, you could sing, but the look. You got something about the look. Now, first Lou is like, listen, that's my niece, can't talk to her like that. But then Lou comes to her too. And of course, Juke is apprehensive about that. But Crown saying, I'm just trying to let you know, like, a way to sell. So, wait, hold that thought. Let's get in here. The man, my guy, Mr. E.
Yo,
Money.
what's going on?
Hey,
what's good, E? How you doing?
Toast to E.
Toast to E.
Toast.
I see you got the waves out today. I see you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I got them things out. Just like high school. Yeah.
And they high school. I got your hairline picture high school. I'm not gonna show Michelle that picture. I don't know who was cutting your hair back then, but
it wasn't
Jazz.
Nah, I wasn't Jazz high school, bro.
Jazz.
I don't know what you. I'm gonna show him something you said that. Yo, but listen, we just left talking about Rock coming over to New Jersey and trying to get territory here. Marvin kind of being like, hold up, we don't know the players, and Rock is trying to get everything real quick. So how you feeling about Rock's move with that, the whole New Jersey thing?
I thought, here in Jersey, being in the mix anyway was great. So I'm like, yeah, get some of the hustlers from Jersey. We make more money anyway. We do it better anyway. So I was hyped about that. It was good hearing that. And I felt Marvin, because Marvin thinking like, yo, we don't know them niggas,
Right.
Stick you up, try to rob you.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Well, Michelle, back to you. How you felt about that whole studio situation with Crown Camacho telling Juke, about changing her look and her not really taking to it?
I mean, as we know with the industry for what it was and what it is now, sex sells. And she has the ballad of a woman that's in love or brokenhearted, but when you look at her, she a whole bull dyke. So, no shots and no shade. Mm-hmm. So they're coming at her like, listen, you got the whole package minus the look, baby. Where I see it going is Luke gonna fuck up and give it to Zaza?
Ziza, yeah.
He gonna give her that song because he was feeling it in the studio, and then when him and Marvin, down the line, were in the car, and Marvin was like, "That's Juke." I think Lou is gonna spin some turns and be like, "All right, Ziza has the whole look to get the song out and the sex appeal."
Hey, how you feeling about that scene when they told her to change her look?
First of all, I thought dude was wild, and I'd slapped the shit out of him. Especially I thought the producer was. I thought he was wilding. There's no way if Lou say, "Yo, chill," that should have been the end of it right there, and then we could have talked about it. He keep going like, "Nah, I'm saying she looked like, all right, I know you the studio guy, but Lou, have some control, man, because son already, was boning an old girl behind your back, so he already doing a lot of shady shit." So you should have slapped him and let him know you're not nothing to play with from the gate.
Yeah, he said like she should be a new addition or something like that.
Right. But she could sing though. She could definitely sing. My
I
only
think it
problem
was a
is
twofold from Lou because he was like, Crown's not all the way wrong. You know,
he's not. That's what I was about to say next. I feel like he also like that's why I said he should have slapped him, put him in his place, then said like, yo, listen, for you, we need to change up your style just a tad bit. You can't get mad. You can't get funky. If you really want to do this, because otherwise you're wasting my time and I can go with Puerto Rican mommy and she can give me some J-Lo shit. So what you trying to do?
I feel like they should use Rock to say, Rock, can you just help her with her look a little bit? Something
her
like
style,
that.
right.
Yeah, her style,
but
her
she
look.
also, they don't drop lines for no reason. She said, this is who I am. So to me, that's a non-negotiable. She's not about to sit here and put on the makeup and dress in front for the crowd because at the end of the day, it won't be genuine.
That's true. Well,
the voice is genuine.
Well, when we see her later on the original Power, she is still like a dyke. She ain't dressing no
right.
cuter, no.
She ain't had no lashes on.
So
you sure did.
Let's see. Next we get my boy Marvin, man, and anger management again. This time he got the donut. No Frito this time.
My boy Smooth.
Yeah. And Shorty trying to at least tell him how to, breathe and exercise and stuff like that. And we get that, and then we get, him kind of flirting with her, like you said, at the end of the scene, her giving him that look, but he did take the exercises and he used later on. So how you felt about this whole scene inside the anger management spot?
Well, Marvin's one of my favorite characters. So to see him macking on the joint, it was like, yeah, my boy, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're doing it good. You're doing it good. Plus, like he was honest. She gave him what he was. Like he realized like he's the guy to get angry and then fuck you up. So I like that. It broke his character even down more. Like to see him put shit to use too at that. But we ain't go there yet. But
Michelle, how you feel about the scene inside anger management this week?
I liked it. I really did. It showed the complexity of his character because we know Marvin to be the bridge between Rock and Lou. So he's more so the strong hand for their family organization, I guess. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like the man's smooth with it. He's really smooth with it, and I like how they showed him actually beginning to use what he's getting from that not physical therapy, but therapy session.
Right. Okay. Next we get Kanan running up on what's it, Famous, and Famous telling him, yo, that's fucked up what happened to Scrap. Kanan ain't know, and he's trying to say that Scrap killed himself, and Kanan like putting together like, yo, that don't make no sense, like, Scrap wasn't like that, he wouldn't have did that. And of course Famous still focused on himself and trying to get his place, stuff like that. So let me go to Michelle this time first. How you feeling about that Kanan finding out about Scrap from Famous?
I was heartbroken for him, but if you pay attention to that scene and then fast forward to the song that was played at the end of the episode, that's where Kanan is starting to realize who the fuck his mama is.
Okay.
That song really set it off for me. I was like, oh, Kanan putting the pieces together. Because at the end of the day, he's her son. He's not really in the organization as, running shots and doing duties. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he's with the shits enough to know how they move and how Scrap moved. Scrap wouldn't have offed himself like that. He was 10 toes down for them. So again, that was the beginning of Kanan realizing what the hell is going on with my family and this organization.
They thought about him find out about Scrap that way from Famous and how he was putting shit together at that time.
Right. Well, first of all, Famous knew before him, so Famous air really to the streets.
Yeah.
So we know who really in the streets right now. And second, like she said, Kanan, man, Kanan's too slow for me, man. Like how does he become a beast if he couldn't figure that out from the gate? He over here. Nah, he wouldn't kill himself. We know he wouldn't kill himself. You know he wouldn't kill himself. You was with this dude. You banged out with the boy. So you know he wouldn't kill himself. But
all right. Next
he should know how dangerous his mom is, though, for real.
We gotta talk about this a little bit from the beginning episode scene, E, but let me talk at you about it too. We get where Rock goes to the store and finds out the money's gone, Juliana's gone, the place done been hit. She pulled out the strap, nobody there, stuff like that. We see her calling Juliana. Then she go to Juliana crib and stuff like that. And now she panicking. How you felt about that and unique play with that whole thing, E?
One, Unique had some real huge, humongous nuts to drop to do that shit. Like that was nutty. That's crazy. That was gangster as hell to take her bread. But my problem with Rock, you saw Shorty in the store. What you doing all that running around for? You saw Shorty in the store. You knew what it was. You know what it is. You know there's only one person that's coming at you like that.
You should have moved your bread once you saw her.
Once you saw her, right. Once you saw her, that shit should have been up out of there.
Yeah. Michelle, how you feeling about we were trying to talk about Unique in his play. But also something else happened there too. Rock is trying to beat Paige Lou, and Lou like, I'm busy, Rock, stuff like that. So let's touch on that, the whole Lou and Rock dynamic there with that, Michelle.
Again, Lou wants out. Now he's loyal to his family, loyal to Rock, loyal to Marvin, loyal to the whole game. But at the same time, he sees a vision elsewhere. This reminds me of Ghost.
Right.
Yeah. Ghost when he wanted out, and all the forces to be was trying to keep him in that position that he was in. So again, Lou is not as high profile of a character as Ghost was, but at the same time, it's still the same premise where he's a part of this game, he's a part of his family, he's a part of this organization, but yet he got his eyes on another prize. Now to touch back on what you were saying with the store, Rock, that location was compromised the minute she saw old girl. And I don't know why she was naive to think that nothing was going to come of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you said, she should have moved her stuff right then and there. Like next moment, next day, soon as Shorty was out, all right, we got to figure something out. But no, she's so head in the clouds about, location, move, build, that she's not realizing the small pieces that can unravel her organization, which just happened where Unique came in and said, mine.
And first of all, let's say her issue in the beginning, actually. First of all, she should be going to check out her stash in the daytime anyway, when people can go into the store. That's dumb. She should be only going at night. Say, yo, Juliana, meet me here at closing. I got to check out my stash. Every couple of days, whatever it is. How you in the back with Juliana while somebody else in the front of the store shopping? What the fuck do you think you was doing back there? You don't work there? Right.
And see, my thing is, they got security everywhere else but the fucking stash.
Right. That's what I was saying. That's dumb as hell. That's where the money at.
Bodega? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. But I would, you should say, yo, close for, close 15 minutes or whatever the fuck the little sign is.
Right.
How the motherfucker there shopping while you in the back counting the stash? Like,
right, because she could rob the store, took everything out the store.
Right.
Y'all in there arguing about rats and crumbs and the money getting eaten.
Yeah, and when you come out, the girl thinking like, "What the fuck Rock was that back there?" She know you got to be back there doing some shit. You don't work there.
Crystal Jones said Rock thinks she invincible.
Yeah.
Right.
Rock.
She
definitely do, Crystal. I agree, man.
Fact.
And that's why it was good to see her this week running all around like crazy trying to find that money and shit.
Looking like a nut, right?
Yeah. Calling Juliana.
Eyes popping out.
Yeah. That's sweet. It was our boy Kanan, and to help his man's out, man. Kanan come up with a plan, so he go to the to Baisley. He go up into the stash. He steals some rocks real quick. Come back. Him and Famous get on the street and put him inside the tapes, and they sell them to get him some money. So Michelle, how you feeling about Kanan, what he did and how he did it, and what he did Famous did?
Again, that's a rookie ass move because it was smart in the play, but they panned to the ground for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So all those cassette tapes that are just open with Famous mixtape logo or whatever, that's gonna come to bite their ass, come back to bite their ass. It's gonna come back. And remember in season 1 where all them people got killed also off the Bad Batch? I feel like it's gonna repeat itself. Because whatever Kanan took probably wasn't no finished product.
That could be true as well. You're right. Yeah, we'll see, definitely.
We'll see.
But it was cool that the cops were at least full because they thought it was just selling tapes and stuff like that. So I thought,
yeah, the cops were full. I mean, that could have been an easy 1-2-1-2 like it was the first time where they pinned them up and shook out the bag. Now, granted, if they say mixtapes back in that day, they probably took it for face value. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's gonna come back to bite them in the ass because they panned to that ground with all those empty mixtapes on it for a reason.
Man, to tell TJ you busy, All right. Well, I'm gonna give my thoughts. I think it will come back to bite them. I think that they're gonna know something. That was a big bag, low key, honestly. I think they're gonna know something was missing. And he made a lot of money for Famous that day, so it must have been something general. And he probably was selling it cheaper than they were selling it inside of their apartments in order to get it off. So that's also could be a problem when people come back and say, well, "How come it was cheaper? You know, I got it cheaper last week or whatever." So that's a problem. But how you feeling about Kane still in the stash? Help Famous out there.
I said when he did that, as soon as he did, I said, "Yo, he gonna get somebody killed. He gonna get somebody killed, man. That's plain and simple.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna either get killed or beat up or mistreated some kind of way or looked at some kind of way because he did that.
Yeah, and they sold a lot, and wasn't enough money to get him in place anyway. They also didn't do nothing for him, shit like that. So
and then Famous loud, he like, "Oh yeah, Kane help me get this money." Like,
yeah,
nigga, shut up.
Right,
like,
yeah. With the boy Crown Camacho and stuff like that.
That name is so terrible.
Crown,
he's terrible though.
I don't even know this is back in the day name. I don't know where the hell that name come from. But speaking of him, yeah, he did come. Let's talk about that. He came and he offered Famous a place to stay. Which is a good thing. Then he hollered at Rock and he says, we got to get Lou out the studio. So I got a plan. I'll let you put your money through me. And if you get Lou back on the streets, stuff like that. So he's going around Lou to Rock to get Lou out the studio. How you feeling about that, Michelle? What Crown's trying to do?
He gonna get snatched.
Okay.
Gonna get snatched. Like Rock said, Lou don't know shit. This gonna stay between us, and they gonna probably pick that conversation back up next episode or two. But at the end of the day, I don't think Lou is gonna go for that because he really wants out, and this is in his mind his golden ticket to being out. So whether it's through Camacho or if he get rid of Camacho, Lou's not going nowhere when it comes to the music game.
Yeah, he was gonna make a beats and she saw him today. Like that's okay, Lou.
Yeah, Lou was doing all right over there.
Yeah, he was.
I said he got a hit already. He over here.
Yeah, well, Marvin said he doing his 1s and 2s and shit. I was cracking the
But he was right. That was the funny part.
He was
right.
He was. How you feeling about Crown and his proposition to Rock there, E?
I think I told you Lou should have handled that man respectfully or disrespectfully by slapping him up and shit. Because see, shit like that, you don't handle him, you don't check him, you do shit like that right there. He's going behind your back now, hollering at your sister right after he was over here humping on your shorty. Like, come on, man.
Lou had said a line when it was in the studio. I forget exactly what it said, but he was like, "Why would that be the reason I don't like you when you give me every other reason to not?"
Yeah,
right.
When this resurfaces, it's gonna come back to Lou. At the end of the day, I don't think that Rock is gonna take Camacho up on that offer because even though she wants Lou to stand his ground within the organization, and Camacho wants him out of the studio, I don't think Rock is going to reach that far back to backstab Lou on that position.
Well, let's talk about that because Rock, today they're making a hit or supposedly hit with Ziza, and then Rock busts up in there, no knocking, no nothing. Say, Lou, I'm trying to hit you all goddamn day. Where the hell you been at? Stuff like that. And then we see old boy Shorty Uncle or whatever. And I guess he's trying to flirt with Rock and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Spitting Shakespeare and shit.
I'm like, yo, you don't want to bark up that tree, my man.
Right.
That's too thorough for you. Way too thorough for you.
And then of course she go in there and kind of, like we talked about, give Lou the business or whatever, where you've been with losing his money and stuff like that. Lou sometimes is a little naive to me because he didn't think it wasn't unique at that time. He's not unique when that. So I feel like what you saying, Michelle, his ear too much to the music than to be to the streets a little bit. Because it's like But that, was scrap. He becoming way more naive than he used to be. But
See,
go ahead. Yeah.
I think in season 1 he was 10 toes down. Like, I'll do whatever.
Right.
And then this season he's probably like 7.5 in. Like, I'm still down with y'all. I'm still down with the family. I'm still down with everything. But I need y'all to know that I'm not down with the fuck shit. We saw him when he backed out of that warehouse when Scrap got killed. He walked clean out. He said, I didn't want no parts of it. And technically he didn't. He was just along for the ride and had to witness it because he's part of the trio. But at the same time, even when in the last season when they're approaching Unique, he's like, all right, I'm doing my thing. I'm part of the family, but you can still see a bit of reluctancy in his eyes.
I agree. What do you think about that E1 Rock within the studio there? All that stuff.
What, and cursed Lou out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, I thought of what's his name, Hector Camacho, Randy Savage, backdooring him, and then I'm like, that's like, come on, first of all, they don't know how to keep shit quiet either. Like, she doing all that while he has people there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you talking too much in front of people we don't even know that we got in our damn business.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Right. I think so too. I feel like Macho, what's his name? What the fuck? Crown. He listened to that conversation, and that's what made him go holler at Rock.
Right.
He heard him through the door and shit like that. He could see how mad she was at him and shit like that.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
And he offered her the deal of the lifetime in his eyes.
Yeah.
You funnel your money through this record label.
Right.
You get Lou back in. He out my way. We all happy.
Right. Well, next we talked about a little bit. We get Marvin, and he using the tools from the anger management, and the guy in the wheelchair was about it. He was like, "Listen, man."
He was about that life for real.
He was like, "Listen, you think I come and shot 7
times? I don't give a fuck."
Right.
I don't give a fuck. And he had the Jordan.
Had the 5s on. He had the 5s on.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. But anyway, Marvin used the breathing exercises to kind of, say, I'm gonna do this a different way. Wusa, right. And he said, I got you. Held everybody back. My man was still talking shit like Damon.
Yeah.
Nigga. He was like, man.
Right, yo, word.
Yeah.
I done put niggas on their back.
Right. But how you felt about that whole scene with Marvin and Dude?
Man, I love the scene. I love how Dude was coming. And I respect what really made me love that scene was Marvin's face when he was like,
Right.
Like when he was happy, like, yo, I'm really not upset. I'm actually good. Right. He got the right to have an attitude. Kicked everybody off the elevator. Hey, yo, come on. My man got places to be.
Yeah.
I couldn't say nothing. What else is there to say? He got you barked. He got the job done. He respected you. He made them respect you. So when they see you coming next time, they're gonna get out your way and get up on you can get up on the elevator. More points for Marv for me, man.
Michelle, how you feeling about that scene?
I like that scene. He's utilizing the tools that he learned in therapy or talk therapy. If y'all caught it, there was a crackhead in the hallway upstairs that was talking about how there's the stuff that she just used was not as good as Unique's.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all caught that.
I caught that, yeah.
Oh,
right. So
I didn't catch that.
Between that and what Wheelchair Harry was saying, I don't know his real name, but Wheelchair Harry, what he was saying was, I think at some point down the line, there's going to be some type of issue within that building. They either going to stop the actual location. Somebody going to run up in there and take shit. Unique might take a grab of it. Something's going to happen in that building because now you got crackheads that's not satisfied with the product. And then you got the regular residents that's having an issue with catching the elevator, pissing the hallways, mad people. It's going to be an issue within that building. So they think as using internal locations is better than being on the streets, it's gonna be a problem down the line.
I think one of them might really run to the cops about the building and shit like that. One of the regular residents.
Right.
It might be Wheelchair Harry. Shit.
It could be.
Nah, he's too thorough.
Well, he ain't gonna run to the cops. He gonna roll to the cops.
Yeah,
but
he's too thorough. I don't see him going to no cops. I see because he looked like the type that'll say that shit right to Rock. Like, yo, motherfucker, you got this shit hot.
What I like about it is, like I said, him using the tools. Because I remember when I used to watch The Sopranos and stuff like that, he went to the therapist. He used to use stuff from therapy to become a better leader. And I feel like that's the type of stuff that Marvin kind of doing with the anger management. He might use more shit from her down the line. We'll see in the streets, stuff like that, to become, better and more efficient. So I like that as well. And of course, I like the wheelchair Harry nigga and shit like that because he was up there with his fives on and shit like that.
Yeah, right. He had the fives on. He was a thoroughbred. Yo, I'm telling you. They might even have him up there on some other shit. I'm telling you.
Because he kept rolling towards him like, yo,
yeah,
what the fuck? You do it, nigga.
He wasn't scared at all.
He
said, I'm in the wheelchair and I still put niggas on their back.
Right, yeah.
Right.
First of all, who them niggas that put on their back in the wheelchair? They some bitch ass niggas and shit or whatever.
I nigga might hit hard. I seen one nigga crawl out and choke a nigga. So I know them niggas be having some shit. Yeah.
He could. Well, the next scene, man, we got our boy Howard, and I guess he done hire him a sex worker at this time, or whatever. And he in there.
Ever.
He in there with this chick, and they do whatever they do, but they will ask questions and shit about her son and all this other shit like that. And he kind of overstepped when he talking about like, do he know what you do? And I bet you he do know, blah blah blah. And she take her money and dip. And then I want to follow up too. We see that Burke is lurking and stalking them and following them. So Michelle, talk to me about the Howard scene and the fact that Burke is still watching his house and other stuff.
I'm still looking for the relevancy of that scene and how it ties into everything else that's going on. Now, granted, I mean, sex work is sex work. I get that. But the part what she was saying was, my son knows that at the end of the day, I'll do this for him. I'll do that for him. I think that's the part that ties back into Howard and how he feels about
Kanan.
Kanan, right? Yeah,
Kanan. That's what he said at the end. Like, I will do anything for my son.
Right.
I'm gonna take this burden. I'm gonna take what happened. It's gonna stay with me because you are my son. You are my child. So right. I think that's the only relevation or correlation between that scene and what's going on.
Yeah,
but she had small titties, so I was like, ew.
yeah, that shit looking crazy. She looked crazy.
She was definitely badly built. But what about Burke and the old sucker? She was badly built.
What we think about? Sitting up there like,
I know.
Like, what is he doing?
And see, a part of me is like, does Omar Epps really look this bad? Or is it just a character?
I think it's just them doing that, man.
That's hilarious.
Yo,
it's nothing. There's no sex appeal coming from him whatsoever.
I mean, he ain't young no more though. Nigga over 50, like 55 and shit now. Like that. He ain't cute from Juice no more.
Nah, he tried. They just wanted to make that shit look nasty. That's all. That shit.
But
did a good job of that.
Like, what are we doing here?
How y'all feeling about your girl Burke outside the house and shit, watching Shorty leave though?
I don't know. I don't like her. Burke is his partner, right? Correct. Yeah. I don't like her. I'm tired of her nosy ass. Like, kill her. Somebody kill her already, or do it. You know what I mean? Do what y'all got to do with jukebox and her or whatever, because she too fucking nosy, man. Yeah,
what you feel about Michelle?
Her dad touched on a point. He was like, your whole relationship is built on trust. And she's snooping behind his back, watching him, watching his house, watching his moves. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we all know what she's looking for, which is, the tie to who actually shot him. But I think it's going to circle back to him finding out that she's doing an investigation on him.
Yeah. And
not necessarily what happened.
It's gonna
he gonna spit fire at her.
I think so too, cause like you know too much. You outside my house and shit, watching my girls leaving shit, whatever the fuck. Like, you doing. And did she follow the girl? I thought she followed the girl, right? Did she? At the girl
I think so. Yeah. And I see. And my point is, if it was him doing that, he'd be a creep.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
be a fucking weirdo, right? So
yeah, that's crazy. Like,
I get her position. She wants to know who shot her partner. I get that, but the thing about it is that secret literally cannot come out. So she's gonna do enough digging, and I think she's gonna get shut down. And we know what that means.
My thing is, if I'm the one who got shot, I'm telling you, leave the shit alone, right?
Leave the shit alone.
But she's the good cop and he's the bad cop. So regardless of their relationship, she feels like she still has an investigation to go through. And he's like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
But I could see if it was like some other drug shit. But I'm the motherfucker that got shot. I'm saying leave the shit alone.
And
I don't want to know. If I don't want to know, you shouldn't want to know. Shit. The fuck?
And right, and then that would make me want to take heed to thinking like, yo, should I be digging? Like if I tell my man like, yo, he got shot, yo, I'm trying to find out who did this to you, and my man be like, yo, man, don't dig for that shit.
Right.
I'ma think like, oh, I must don't know what the fuck I'm going up against or something because he told me
But
to dig.
isn't she also a rookie at this point?
I mean, as a detective, no, you're not a rookie.
Okay.
You're not a rookie no more.
Right. Because you had to be a cop for a minute as a detective.
Right.
Like
okay.
Because it's so that she was partners, remember, with the other chick, her girlfriend, her ex-girlfriend or whatever, when Shorty said she was lying, when she was lying about her or hiding her secret or whatever. Like,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we ain't got to talk about that scene. That was pointless to me.
Anyway. Yeah, that was like. What
no, it was not.
Here?
Yeah, I forgot already. See,
what?
That C was for whatever's gonna happen with her jukebox.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, jukebox don't know she gay yet.
Okay, all right. Well, speaking of jukebox, we see Kanan talking to Jukebox, and he tells Juke that Howard said he's his dad, and Jukebox like, yo, he got to be lying because if he would have known you, he would have arrested you for shooting him or whatever like that. Next, he does tell Rock, and Rock start laughing and shit like, oh, he crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. Don't believe nothing that he say. And next time he come to you, make sure that you tell me. And Kanan bring up that I heard about Scrap, and she make up another lie like he killed himself. We don't know why. So how you feeling at this point, Michelle, about Rock constantly lying to Kanan and stuff like that at that point?
Kanan's not a dumb kid.
Right.
Not a dumb kid. I don't think that at this point in time he wants to believe that his mom is lying to him the way she is, but she keeps telling the same fabricated story over and over and over again. And my thing is, one time I'm gonna believe it, but the second time, the person you telling me is crazy approaches me a second time, I'm gonna start believing that there's something going on.
And like you said, and he know his mom, so I'm sure he knew that fake ass laugh was not genuine.
Right. That's what I'm trying. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, you can't tell, bro. Like, that's your mom. You can't tell she over here.
Well, that's why he's so confused. Like, he's looking like, I don't know what to believe. You got this crazy cop telling me he's my dad. You got my mom telling me not to believe this crazy cop. Which direction do I go in? But at a certain point in time, and I think towards the end of the episode, we see Kanan put together. Like,
what you think about that?
That second talk was
how you felt about when Rock was lying and stuff like that?
Oh man, I told you, I feel like Rock's a piece of shit in the first place. She made him do that.
Right.
She made him do that move that she should have did if she felt it was that necessary, if it was necessary enough. But like I said,
you know what I was thinking too, yo? Like, I was thinking, yo, shouldn't Marvin and Lou know when she was fucking with Howard back in the day? Because they had to be around. I'm like, oh, they didn't know. Was she hiding and shit like that?
Or was she?
No.
You're right.
Nobody keeps tabs with my coochie, so no.
Right. Right. Especially your brothers. Think about it.
Especially my brothers. Yeah. No.
Right.
And then who's to say that he was a cop back then?
I mean, I thought he was a rookie. No, you're right. He wasn't a cop. I don't know. But
we don't know that. We don't know that at all.
I don't know. I'll be surprised if they didn't. I'm surprised because they so close to the family. That's why I was saying that or whatever. So, but speaking of Lou and Marvin, they have a talk in the car. Marvin hears Juke singing, and you're like, "Wow, that's Juke," stuff like that. And then we see that he really feeling bad. Like, I really fucked that up. And he asks Lou. She asks about me, and Lou like, nah. And then Lou like, yeah, you really did kind of fuck that up. So what you feeling about that scene, E? Let me holler at you about that.
Oh man, I thought it was it's not a funny situation, but I thought it was funny because Lou kept it real with you like that.
Right.
And he had, his eyes started getting teary. Oh man, I was crying off that. But it was also funny because TJ was reacting off that. She was like, yeah, he shouldn't have did what he did. I'm like, yo, come on. She popped on him, yo.
I was never with her. She spit in the man's face. I'm sorry.
Right, yeah.
If I spit in my dad's face, I would not be here talking to y'all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
especially at age 16, which I'd have been. Oh my god.
But right, that's what I was trying to say. Can't do that. Can't do that. So
I feel like I feel like he choked her, you know what I mean, at that time. But I feel like my whole shit would have been lumped up if I spit in my dad's face. I was 16.
Right.
Or whatever. Like
sit on the damn ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He just got choked. Like
right.
He did
I'd
that.
have been
like
sipping through straws for fucking months and shit.
when she did it, I was like, oh no, man. The whole house was like, because ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Mom,
that's my dad. My mom too. My mom would have fucked me up. Yo. But anyway, Michelle, how you feeling about that heart to heart between Lou and
yes, and, she's a girl. Yes.
Don't matter, man.
She's a girl.
It's spit. It don't
right.
matter. I'm sorry. If she would have just punched him in the face or hit him, I get it. But that's the most disrespectful thing you can do to somebody.
Yo, that was assault.
Understood, but to roll it back and to look at the actual situation for it was, he turned on his daughter because of her sexuality.
No,
and
you spit on me for a motherfucker that was a fiend, and you spit on me for that.
And it was, I mean, yeah, he broke the tape, but it's 1991. Like, nobody was cool with lesbian shit like that back then. Come on, man. And not only that, I'm sorry, I can't give him a spit in the face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That alone, the spit in the face.
My mom was on her Marvin Gaye shit. I brought you where I'll take you out. Like, really, I will kill you in your sleep. My mom told me that shit plenty of times. So I think that joke was okay.
So to fast forward, I think Marvin is starting to feel the brevity of what occurred last season with that. And it's weird having your daughter this close, but you can't touch.
You know what I think, though? To cut you off. I don't think it was just that situation, honestly, though. I think he realized that all the years before he wasn't being a good dad to her or being close to her or trying to get involved with what she liked. Remember her singing last season? He was like, he wasn't really all for it and stuff like that. So I think he realized that he pushed her away way before that last incident. So I think it's really, I think that was the straw that brought the camel's back for her.
And also the fact that his brother Lou has more dealings with her than he does.
Yeah.
Lou and Rock, for that matter, because she's staying with Rock, isn't she?
Yeah, Rock more her female guidance, and I think Lou always been interested in her singing, what she doing. Marvin didn't really be into that shit or whatever like that. But I think also Marvin was a drug addict before, so it's a lot with Marvin. But I do feel like that it's all of it at one. Now she's 16, so I think Marvin thinks it's a chance he can get it back, either the relationship or whatever. I don't know.
And see, that's what I was thinking. I think it's gonna circle back to the whole mom thing, because she's asked Rock now, what was my mom like? And I think at some point or another, she and Marvin want to come back together, and she's gonna start asking him questions too. If she don't get to her mom first.
Let's talk about moms. Mom, she stalked moms, found out mom was in the church, stuff like that. Mom in there singing, so Rock didn't lie about that. Mom can sing, and mom recognized her, obviously, even though she ain't seen her. I'm 10 years. And she started running after her in the church, shit like that. So, how you feeling about that scene with Juke and the mom, shit like that?
I still, because I don't know if the mom gave her up or if she was forced to. Like, I still don't know that story yet. But TJ had said something, and she was like, "That's where she get the voice from." And I was like, "Oh shit, right? She could sing because of her mom."
Somehow, I feel like it's not just Marvin. I feel like Rock got something to do with the mom leaving. What you think, Michelle, with her and the mom?
Yeah, I think it's a more deeper story, nastier story than what we can think. Right. I think we're gonna get that in the next episode or two. My thing is, like, you did all this stalking, got a cop involved to give you an address, find out where the woman worships at, and then run when she recognized you.
Yeah,
right.
I was annoyed by that. I really was, but at the same time, that did show that she's still a child and was slightly intimidated because she actually met with the presence that recognized her. So it's like, I want to know who you are, but on my own terms. So I'll come back when it's the right time for me.
Yeah. Also, though, at the same time, though, it's like, the lady back in New York, the family never left Queens. They've been there their whole life. Rock, Lou, Marvin. So I feel like if she really wanted her, why she ain't coming to look for her at the same time? That's why I think it's more to the story. Something like that at the same time. Because she know where the fuck they live at or whatever. Like
it could have been too bad because she's still living. So, and we know Rock, we don't know what they would have did back then, but they easily put people down. So what happened?
What happened that the mom wanted to go to their house like, yo, I want to see my daughter. That's what I want to know. Shit like that. But next we get and that's what I would say if I was Duke too. Like, why you not coming to look for me? That's my question, honestly, shit like that. So, but next we get the kind of the climax there. We get Rock, Lou, and Marvin Worrell, and they don't still trust Worrell like that. So they say Unique want to meet back in his little shop or whatever. They got the gun to Worrell. Go up in there, and he do indeed got Juliana and want to talk about the money. And he want peace. Hold on, TJ said the mom was a junkie turned clean. That's what I think too, TJ. I think she was. I think Rock didn't want no junkies around. That's what I really, really think. Shit like that. That fucks with the product. I think Rock made Marvin get rid of her. That's what I really, really think, honestly. But we're gonna see what happens and shit like that. But anyway, when they walk up in there, Unique talking about something. He just want peace. He want his family to be safe, and he had to show them that he can still get to them if he wants to, but he'd rather have peace. Marvin not trying to hear it and shit. Lou, being this new Lou, is like, well, new Lou. Maybe we can just give him peace and stuff like that. So Rock agrees. Michelle, what do you think about this last scene there?
I was like, this some bullshit. I don't trust Unique as far as I could throw him. Even the look on his face, like, I'm going to say what I got to say right in this moment. He's talking about peace for him and his family. He's retired. Nah, nigga. Because what they did was leave out the fact that he turned his pistol over to Rock, but we don't know what he did with that money. And that's going to be next episode. So, Unique not done. And we know that. He's too big of a character for them to just be like, oh, my man's retired, done. And we're only on episode 3. So we got 7 more episodes for him to turn shit up.
Okay. E, how you feeling about that whole scene, how it played out, with him wanting the peace, also Marvin and Lou in that scene too as well?
All right. So I think, first of all, I think Unique was being slick. Right. I think once y'all just said that somebody was like, this Unique shit better. I think Unique already plugged in. The reason he want peace, fake peace, so he can just rebuild. The reason he went back begging to everybody wasn't because he really was begging. It was because he was testing to see who was going to stay loyal to him when he come up. Guaranteed.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I feel like that he trying to if they think he really want peace, he'll be off their radar. So I feel like that he can move in silence, basically, and try to rebuild, kind of like you saying and whatnot. Try to find another connect, do what he got to do to take over. But he also said something else when Lou said, "Why don't you move? Whatever, it's more corners everywhere." He said, "Listen, man, this is my home. I ain't going nowhere." I'll let you know right there, like he gonna be there for a battle to the end, shit like that.
Right.
He said something about Jersey too. I don't remember what he said, but he said something about Jersey in the rafters. That's what he said.
Yeah. Yes, I feel like he ain't going nowhere, at freaking all. So I feel like that he gonna chill for a minute, not even a minute, like a couple episodes maybe, and then come on back, full fledged. And like you said before, gotta keep watching Worrell. Like I know Worrell said he down with them, but I would still watch Worrell too at the same time.
Hell yeah, all that shit could be fugazi.
Yeah. I think it was smart to still have a gun on Worrell the whole time. Be honest with you, right? Like that. So, but anyway, we ended like y'all talked about with what his name? Howard running up on Kanan, getting off the bus and saying, "Look, man, how you doing?" He says, "Listen, I know you shot me, but I'm your dad, so I'm not gonna turn you in because I'm your dad. And that's not what a dad should do to their son, stuff like that. Even though I know that you shot me, so that proves right there he don't have any amnesia." And he says, I want to be there for you. And like you said, Michelle, he had that look on his face when the music was playing. So how you feeling about that last scene overall? There?
I loved it. I fucking loved it with that backstabber song. Again, from the moment where Kanan and his mom was talking to his bedroom, and for the rest of the episode to that particular scene, Kanan was like, holy shit. my mom is fucking lying to me. And that's honestly my prediction is somewhere down the line, he gonna toss his mom. I really think it's gonna happen because this is only the beginning of shit that she's trying to try to keep from him.
Yeah, I agree. Wait, he gonna do what? Kill his mom? You saying?
Yeah, toss her.
Like now or like in seasons down the line?
Down the line, yeah. Like
okay. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, E, how you feeling about that last scene there?
What was the last scene again?
Well, Howard walked up to Kanan.
Yeah, I liked it. Especially because he made her look like a liar, like she is. Like Kanan should have known this stuff, but
Howard should have came with the paperwork to Kanan too. By the way, I felt like he
right. We had 3 different times that you could have produced this memo, like blood 0.99.99%. I'm your pappy. Like,
right.
I don't know why he gave it to Rock. Why we give it to Kanan and shit like that? What the fuck? Like,
right?
Yeah,
My guy can read. Like,
Yeah.
show and proof, show and tell.
I feel like down the line, I feel like Rock gonna kill Lou, but I do feel like Kanan gonna kill his mother at the end of the day.
You think Rock gonna kill Lou?
I think Lou gonna become too much of a liability at the end of the day for Rock, stuff like that, or she might kill Lou and try to keep it from Marvin. They're not gonna all last. We know that because by the time Power start, they all gone. So I think, and I don't think. I mean, Unique might knock off one of them too, but I really feel like Rock gonna do one of them herself.
I think Unique gonna knock Marvin off.
Okay, I can see that. What you think?
Nah. Unique ain't knocking Marvin off, man.
You like Marvin?
Yeah.
I like Marvin too. Though. That's my guy.
Right. Only way Marvin going off is just like something blow up or something crazy. It got to be something real crazy. But I don't think anybody killing him.
Okay. Well, anyway, how would you guys rate this episode? 1 to 10, Michelle. What would you give it?
I give it a good 7.5, 8. We're getting towards the meat of the season between episodes 3 and 7. So, although it wasn't totally action packed, it did keep the storyline going. Okay.
And E, how you feeling about it?
I gave it an 8.5 because it definitely kept the story going.
I feel like
I enjoyed it.
You know what? I feel like it's an 8, man. I feel like this show is 3 seasons, 3 episodes, and I feel like it's been solid, man. I feel like it's funny. The show that everybody was looking forward to was Tommy's show, Force, but that to me the worst one. Honestly, I feel like that one was up and down with any of them and shit like that. But I feel like this is more consistent, like every week and shit like that. It might be because Tommy's show had the fucking Irish people in there. I don't know, whatever the fuck. But it just
also Raising Kanan, even though we're a season into it already, so this is the 2nd season, it's still new characters and new stories to us. So Tommy is bridging off of 5 or 6 seasons of Power.
Yeah.
So we already have an idea of what Tommy is and who he should be now that he's in Chicago. But Raising Kanan is a completely new storyline to us, and we're more invested in seeing how Kanan grew up into what he became to.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But anyway, thank you guys for coming on. Good rating, good show. We'll all be on Tuesday, hopefully. E, you too, for the Game of Thrones. We're about to watch that now. I actually made it on time, 8:58, by the way. For Game of Thrones next Tuesday at around 8 o'clock as well. But thank you all for watching. Thank you, TJ, in the comments. Thank you, Crisco Jones. Everybody like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on Tuesday.
Peace.
Her quick ass.
Yeah.